Hello everyone, Jeff and Jay here with another edition of Jay's Big Adventure. Jay's around here somewhere. And today we are revisiting a video that we did back in the fall. If you remember, I have two BMW K1600 GTs. I have a 2012 that I bought in 2016, only had 4,000 miles on it. We have ridden that bike literally all over the country. In 2017, we went coast to coast for the Alzheimer's Association. We went 9,300 miles in 17 days of riding time and just absolutely had a blast. I've had it all over the West Coast, of course had it all the way to New Hampshire and back, and absolutely love that bike. Obviously we have this YouTube channel where we teach people how to buy and sell cars and motorcycles and make money at it. One of the things we don't do is buy new motorcycles. So of course last fall what I did was start looking for a new motorcycle, and in the winter ended up buying a brand new bike. That is a 2020 BMW K1600 GT. It's a long story, watch the videos, but anyway, I now have two very similar bikes. The 2012 now has 65,000 miles on it. The 2020 is brand new. One of the things I don't like about the 2020 is the throttle response. If you read on the forums, you do any kind of digging in, I think 2017 or 2018, the European Union emissions changed, and to make these bikes pass, BMW had to yank all the timing out of it and lean the mixtures out, and it's just killed the throttle response, especially off idle where you really want it to be crisp when you're trying to leave a stoplight. It's kind of soft and buggy, not very confidence inspiring, and so that's one of the biggest complaints of the new bikes. There's a company called Brentuning that changes that. It is an ECU Flash, and what you do is you buy their Flash tool, you download the files from your motorcycle, they then modify the timing and fuel maps and send it back to you. You can upload that file to the bike, and it is supposed to just transform the way it rides. You can tune the bike for 91 octane, which we have to do here in Utah because 91 is as high as we get. But in lower altitudes, you can tune it for 93, and they also have a race bike map for 100 octane fuel. Now, haven't had a chance to run those yet, but we ran it on 91, and it's just fantastic. But the question really was, A, how much difference does the Brentuning Flash make? And also, how does the 2020 compare to 2012? So, to find out, we have a guy here in Salt Lake City, Utah, named Micah Fathers, and he has a mobile dyno. He brought it right to the house and ran the bikes back to back. Next, we did the ECU upgrade. So to do that, you plug the ECU tool into the OBD2 port, upload the newer map, and then go from there. With the new map installed, the power went from 139 with the stock tune to 151. That's not an insignificant gain, but the biggest change was that it dropped the maximum power from 8,000 RPM to 7,000. That is a huge difference in rideability, and what happens is you end up with significantly more power down low where you actually use it. I think the maximum gain was almost 16 horsepower, and that is something that you really can feel. Now the question was, what is the old bike like and how does it compare to the new one? 65,000 miles, we kind of assumed that the bike would make a little bit less power than the new ones. But we were stunned at just how far the power had fallen. The 2012 only made 117 horsepower at 7,000 RPM, and at 8,000, power had dropped to 78 ponies. Obviously, there was a problem with the white bike. So over the winter, we dug into it to see what was happening. Now, engines are air pumps. Airflow in, airflow out. There's only two things it can be. You got a restriction in the intake or a restriction in the exhaust. The catalytic converters on these bikes are ridiculously expensive, and we were really hoping that it was not an exhaust side issue. To find out, we took the air filter out, which we had replaced with a K&N 20 or 30,000 miles ago. Fortunately, that filter was pretty dirty. With K&N, the filters are reusable. You take it out, wash it in soapy water, and re-oil it with the kit that I bought with the filter, and we reinstalled it in the bike. Now, the key then was to redo the dyno test to see if it made a difference. So 2 nights ago, we hooked up with Micah at a bike night in American Fork. It's about 20 miles south of Salt Lake City, and this is the same operator and the same dyno that we did the original test on. Not only does it sound great, but the bike made 156 horsepower. So not only did it go from 117 to 156, but it made within 4 horsepower of what the motorcycle was rated for brand new. Typically you figure 15% driveline losses, so it should have been in the 139, 140 range. The fact that it made 156 means it made more power than it did when it was new, and it kicked the black bike's butt. So we were really excited to have fixed this problem with horsepower. So what is the moral of all this? First of all, do the maintenance. When you get your bike out for the spring, check it over. If you've got an airbox like this bike that's hidden down in the in the guts of the bike, take the time, take it out, clean it, make sure that there haven't been mice or whatever making nests in the intakes, because it really will make a difference. Change the oil, adjust the valves, and have a great summer. We are just stoked to have the power back. I'm now trying to figure out whether I want to sell the bike or keep it, but it was well worth our time and effort to clean that filter, and we hope that you have learned from this experience. So that is it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. We will have more videos out soon. Please like, please share, please subscribe, and look for new videos out next week.